Play all day and still leave a winner. That's the claim of the paddle slaw roulette strategy. We are going to test it out with our $1,000 bankroll. We're not going to play all day. We're going to play for 30 spins. So I'm going to get my stats open. What I think will happen though, with this paddle slaw strategy, you're going to have a lot of pushes. So our wins and losses, I'm pretty sure with these stats, if I get a push, it doesn't update as a win and it doesn't update as a loss. So we're going to have to add them on at the end. So I'm going to have to make an extra note for those pushes. Okay, so bear that in mind. Now, 20 is a good number. I'm a little bit slow to the table, but not to worry. We're going to try it out for 30 spins. I've got it saved. Let me get it on the table. I've reduced it to a $40 bet. I'll tell you why in a minute. Let me just zoom in for you so you can see what we're looking at. We've got $20 on black, $10 on the middle column, $5 on this 6 line between 25 and 30, and $5 on 7 to 12. I've also been told that you can have another $5 6 line on this 16 to 21, which makes those 17 to 20 jackpot numbers as well, which probably, looking at this, could be pretty good actually. So I might try that in another video. I believe the original is from Kentucky White. So shout out to him. I believe he was the original creator of the strategy. So look, this is a loser. A $40 bet, return 30. So we're $10 down. Now, there are a few variations of how to play this. I think the original rules, and I say this in my whiteboard video, that the original rules say to increase by a unit after every loser. I'm not going to do that on a $10 loss. I'm not going to increase my bet by another $40. I don't think it deserves it. When I hit an actual like big whack loss, then I will increase my bets. So that's a whack loss. That's we bet $40, we lost them all. We lost it all. So we're now $50 down. So I'm going to repeat the bet and add another unit. So in this case, it is a double from 40 to 80, but the progression isn't double. We're not going 40, 80, 160. We're going 40, 80, 120, then 160, 200. Hopefully we can reset before then. And I'm only doing it on those big losers, going up a unit. Now on the reset, apparently you need to stay at that level until you get back to session profit. Oh, we just hit a jackpot number, so we should be in session profit now. There we go, we're $70 up. That was good timing. We increased our bets and we hit a jackpot number. Let's go back to that base bet. So you could argue the point, if I followed the rules exactly, I would have added $40 after this $10 win. After this $10 loss, and added another $40 after that $10 loss. So my bets would have been 120, and then we would have hit that jackpot number. I didn't know that was going to happen. I'm trying to play these reasonably safe, especially the paddle slaw. You're supposed to play all day and still leave a winner. I think if I'm increasing after every single loss, like that was a loss, if I'm increasing after that, I don't think I can play all day. I'm only trying to play for 30 spins, but I still think I'll struggle increasing after every single loss because there are quite a lot of losses on this strategy. There's actually only 8 numbers that give us a profit. So you got 2, 8, 11, 17, 20, 26, 29, 35 are profitable ones. That 8 and 11 and 26, 29 are our jackpot, big wins. Then all of the black numbers, apart from those ones that I mentioned, are pushes. And every red number, you've lost money. Every red number, you've lost money. Some you lose a lot. Some you lose a little bit, like that. That was a little loss. $40 bet, lost $10. I think the aim of the game is to sort of just stay around, have some pushes, have some minuscule losses, then bang, hit your jackpot numbers, and you fly up. Sort of exactly like this. This chart shows down, down, then bang. So 4 losses, 1 win, and we are $50 in profit. I am going to have to make a note. Let's just check. But I think if it's a push, it doesn't update wins or losses. We'll have to just write it down and add it on. So that, I think, is a push. Yeah, 1 win, 4 loss. Has anything happened? No. So I'm going to write it down. We're going to add it on at the end. Just to be fair, just to keep with this 30 spins. I'm going to add on the pushes, like they count as spins. We can't just count our losses and our wins. We have to count our total number of spins that we've been through. So I have started at a $40 bet. I think in my original whiteboard video, I've doubled these numbers to $80. But on reflection, I think that's quite aggressive. You can obviously go for 80 if you've got a $1,000 bankroll, but just be aware that I think that's quite aggressive. Okay, we're just going to repeat the bet. Now, you could make the argument, again, there's so many different ways to play this. Please let me know your favourite way of playing this. But because I was at 70 here, lost a little one, lost a little one, lost a little one. If I lose another little one, it's the equivalent of losing one big one. So maybe I should increase my bets after that. Maybe I should. Didn't really come to the table thinking that, but I've just seen that 17's a good one. Not a jackpot. Would be a jackpot if we played it that additional way. The graph hasn't updated, I don't think. I think we're 70. Oh, there you go. It has updated. We're $70 in profit. Let's repeat the bet. So again, if I was playing this the original way, just zoom into the stats, I'd have gone. So that would have been a $40 bet, $80 bet, $120 bet, $160 bet, and then I'd have hit that winner. So it would have paid off, but I think if the aim is to play all day and still leave a winner, I don't think you want to be increasing your bets after every single loss. There's another loser. And this one I am increasing. That's a complete wipeout. So let's repeat and add a unit. Now we'll hit a jackpot number, or to be honest, we'll hit any winner, preferably. So if we just zoom into these stats, this adds up to 8. We do have an additional push, so we're on our 9th spin. It's hard to also, I'm not really concentrating on that win to loss ratio with this because the difference is the big losses and the big wins, that's a jackpot number. Look at that. Shoot straight up, reset. Second time in a row, we've increased our bet, then hit a jackpot number. So we'll take those. That works out nicely. What was I trying to explain before? Oh, yeah. So when you see the losses here, there's obviously a massive difference between hitting a complete loss, a $40 loss, and hitting a $10 loss. So I would rather hit 3 little losses than 1 big loss. And it doesn't really show that if you're just looking at those stats. So I'm not really going to concentrate on that ratio this time round playing. So that's going to be a little loser for us, I think. Yeah, lost $10. Just repeating the bet. I'm trying to think. If I lose 4 little losers in a row, should I increase my bet? Probably should. I think I'll do that. I won't do that if my bets are huge, but at this $40 base bet, if I lose 10 4 times in a row, then I'm going to increase my bet. Feels like a sensible way of doing it. It's not as aggressive as the original way, but it's not as passive as saying, oh, keep on losing $10 and doing nothing about it. You need to obviously try and recoup your losses. So that's another little loss, I believe. Yeah. And we'll just repeat the bet. I'm surprised we've only had 1 push. If I just zoom into this board, all the black numbers that aren't in this middle column are pushes. Got 4, 6, 13, 15, 24, 22, 31, 35. We do have other smaller wins, 28 and 10, I believe. And also, I haven't even explained to you why it's set out like this. It's the opposite thinking to the ploppy 3-2. And the ploppy 3-2 normally does as well. That's a push. So we have to make a note of this. Yeah, it's not updating, so we're on 2 pushes. Let's repeat the bet. The ploppy 3-2, in my experience, has normally served me well. If you go back and watch that video, it was a disaster. Anyway, the reason why the ploppy 3-2 is set up the way that it is because the discrepancy with red numbers and black numbers. Here it's done the opposite. So we're still on black, but we've also got the middle column that has those 8 black numbers. So you've got black covered plus the middle column that has 8 black numbers. And that's what creates those jackpot numbers. 17's a good one. Okay, it won $30. Slightly regretting not playing the additional 6 line. That's 16 to 21. Obviously, if you play that, it increases your losses when you hit a complete whack. It does reduce the amount of complete whacks that you've got. Obviously, 16, 18, 19, and 21 don't become a complete whack. And I also think the reason why they don't do it is because those other black numbers aren't a push. Those other black numbers are actually going to lose $5. So that's a little loser. I don't mind those little losers if then we stay around and then we hit a nice jackpot number or we hit any black number in that middle column. So yeah, consider that. If you're going to play that additional 6 line, 16 to 21, you reduce your complete whacks, but those black numbers that aren't in the middle dozen are no longer a push. They actually lose money. I think. I've just worked that out in my head. I'm pretty sure that must be the case. Because then your total bet would be 45 and then a black number would return 40, so it's a $5 loss. That has to make sense. Another little loser. So let's repeat the bet. Haven't really had to get too crazy with this yet. I mean, I won't be surprised if we go from a $40 bet to an $80 bet, then hit another loser, go to a 120 bet. And even if we hit another loser, go to a 160 bet. It'll be unlucky, but I won't be surprised if it happens. I was talking to my tea then when I said I won't be surprised if it happens. Okay, 35's a winner. Nice little $30 profit. I think that's the highest we've been at so far. Yeah. And we repeat the bet. Let's zoom into that. This is quite a nice graph. Obviously, we lost the first 2 bets. Then we hit a jackpot. Oh. Sorry, it's not updating the graph. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Hit a jackpot. Slow grind down. 1. Slow grind down. Jackpot number. So it's a bit of a patience game. The next one is also a bit of a patience game. 6 is a push. So I'm on 5-10. It did nothing. I'm going to write it down. Let's repeat the bet. And we're on 3 pushes so far. So my stats are right. 5 wins, 10 losses, 3 pushes. We're on 18 spins so far. And we're not doing too badly. In my opinion, the roulette strategies that are coming out are the better ones. But the point of this series is to see if I'm right. Now, obviously, it's just a 30 spin session. Like, something could have outrageously good luck and look amazing. Something could have outrageously bad luck and look terrible. How's a loser? So we're going to repeat the bet and we're going to add a unit. We're on an $80 bet. 2 times in a row when we've increased our bet, we've then hit a jackpot number. I'd love to do the same again. If you can make that 3 out of 3, that'd be fantastic. So if we hit a winning black number, aka 2, 17, 20, and 35, I think we still reset. We basically get close to session profit, which has been $170 for us, and then reset. Are we going to hit 2 losers in a row? That's actually a small win. Interesting. Oh, actually, quite a nice win. Right, let's reset. How much did I win then? I won more than I was expecting then. Let me go onto this. So we're at 130, and then we jumped up to 190. So we won $60 on that bet. So we obviously had the black covered and the 6 line covered. My memory might have gone. I think 28, 35, 20, 17, and 2 and 10 might all pay the same now, thinking about it. That's going to be a push. So we're going to repeat that bet and write it down. We've had 4 pushes so far. Just zoom into those stats for you. 11 losses, 6 wins, plus our 4 pushes. We are on 20 spins. Let's have a look at the numbers. You guys like looking at the numbers. Pretty even split between red and black. We know every red number is not good for us. It just depends which red number. So again, we hit a complete whack. We increased our bet and then hit a nice winner. I'm just going to repeat the bet. 25's a bit annoying. 17's a nice winner. 2's a nice winner. Actually, it's not that annoying, 25, because it's only a small loss. If that was a complete whack, that would be annoying. So this might be our top performing one so far. If it continues like this, obviously. And I have actually reduced the bets. This originally is an $80 bet. 34 is a complete whack. So let's repeat and add that unit. So even though our bets haven't been that big, it's quite a nice way to wager. So guys, don't forget, if you're playing at the same casino that I'm playing at, we have a leaderboard for the community, $3,000 giveaway. Can't tell you, I don't know if I can or not, but I'm being careful with my YouTube channel. So you're going to have to join the Discord to find out where we're playing. Sign up, and oh, I shouldn't have said that. I might have to blank that out. And then you'll be in the leaderboard automatically. $3,000 giveaway. 23 is a loser. So we actually lost $20 that spin because we're on an $80 total bet, return $60. Mine went blank then. I said a word that I think is going to get flagged, and then with a strike, and then you might have to find me somewhere else. I don't want to get my YouTube channel deleted. Here we go. We're going to that 120 bet now. We've given all of our profit back. Let's repeat this. Add a unit. It's because I was saying it was the top performer. That's why. That's the only reason why we went on an unlucky streak. Because I was literally saying this is our top performer so far. Here, right at the top. And we just went loser, 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 loser. And we've hit 2 whacks, actually. 0's a whack. And 34 is a whack. So we are on that $120 bet. We've not been here before. Now's the time to hit a jackpot number. And we did. We actually did. Fantastic. Right. Reset back down to base bet. What a time to hit a jackpot number. Down in the dumps. We're on 3 base bets. We're on 40, 80. We're on that 120. Jackpot number, shoot straight up. Just want to make sure that we don't go over the spin. So I've got 4 pushes according to this. 22 plus 4, 26. 26 spins so far. That's going to be a little loser, yeah. Just repeat the bet. So I wonder, I mean, that bet would have been huge. If I just go to these stats, if I was reducing after every loss, sorry, if I was increasing after every loss, 1, 2, 3, 4. Should have been on 40, 80, 120, 160, 200. That'd have been a $200 bet and a jackpot number. So I actually would have made a lot more money playing it the proper way. That's a push. Just need to write that down. But I'm trying to protect myself here. You can easily go 6, 7, 8 losers here. Bet's huge. Wipeout time. So I still think the best way to do it is ignore the little losers unless they mount up to one big loser, aka 4 in a row, then increase. If you want to go for it, increase after every loss, but play at your own risk. I'm not sure you should be doing that. That's a complete whack. I think this is our last spin. So we're going to repeat the bet and get a unit on. So just to correct the confusion, we've got 5 pushes. 17 plus 7, 24, plus our 5 pushes. We've had 29 spins. And this is our last bet. So no matter what happens, $90 profit. I think that's a small loss. Okay, $150 profit, 30 spins. Pretty good. I think this one is a bit of patience, isn't it? Your balance isn't that steady, and you just have to hold out and hope to hit some of those jackpot numbers or just those winners, to be fair, and you shoot straight up. What do you think of the paddle slow method? What do you think of the way that I play in terms of the progression? Come and join the Discord, and I'll see you in the next video.